Hello, and welcome back from the MLG offices in New York City. You're watching the IEM Americas Qualifier, the best 16 players in North America, trying to find out who are the top two. Top two, they get to travel. Who doesn't love traveling to play video games?
I love traveling.
Sick.
I am. Every time I get a...
Why didn't you win this tournament? Come on, Nick.
Lack of skill, man. Lack of skill. It always gets me.
You
You know what? People who are really good at this game are overpowered. Like, some people complain about Protoss or Zerg or Terran. I complain about people who are too good. We need to nerf those guys.
We need to nerf the good people.
We need to nerf the good people. Like, make it an
Give them
easier
a
game.
Give them a handicap.
Yeah.
So people like me and you can qualify.
That would make sense.
If you tried, I think you could qualify. I'll be honest.
Maybe if I didn't have a job.
No, dude, you still can. I think you can. 2 hours, just play 2 hours a day, dude. It's not hard. Come on, don't make excuses.
Dude, I've been
maybe
working,
an hour, maybe one game a day.
I'm working 14 hours a day the last 2 days.
That's okay. You can work. I mean, honestly, we work 20 hours a day. It doesn't matter. You can still fit in 2 hours. It's working. Fit into it.
You're right.
Because then you can use the replays for content, Nick. You can if you want. Maybe you can have a show every Wednesday where you ladder for an hour. Done. And then you're working as you're playing. I don't want to hear your excuses, Nick. I think you have it in you. I hate that you have it in you. Well, you have what it takes. But anyway, do these guys have what it takes is my question. And look at those names on the scoreboard. People are tuning in and like, what the heck are we watching? I thought StarCraft 2. Gosh. I don't... Avril Lavigne versus Scarecrow. So who are these guys, Nick? And
So,
you should tell your funny story about Avril Lavigne, too.
I don't have a funny story.
You have an amazing story about Avril Lavigne.
So, up in the upper right-hand location from Derelict Watcher, we have the Yellow Zerg representing Team Acer, also known as Avril Lavigne, but the real ID you know her as is Acer Scarlett.
Scarlett, arguably the best non-Korean out there, or one of the, a lot of people say.
Yeah, I would say her and Anawa.
Yep, I would agree. They're up there. North Americans, a lot of people, their go-to, if you ask a random person, if you ask every random person in the world who their top 2 North American players are in StarCraft 2, they would say these two.
Exactly. Of course, the red Protoss at the bottom left-hand location, representing evil geniuses. He is HUK.
HUK, of course, dual citizenship, Canada and America. I don't judge that, though. That's fine. I mean, he gets the best of both. He gets freedom, and then he gets, like, super niceness.
You know,
Canadians are nice, man.
Oh, look at this. Scarlett pulling her second Overlord back.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, I love that, because I was saying, like, HUK scouted a hatchery first, and he still went Forge before Nexus. That means he's thinking about cannon rushing.
Yep.
We'll see what he commits to. In fact,
I think now that it's spotted.
yeah, if you look at HUK's space, he's actually getting. This is a really, like.
How is he? Is he gonna commit to this? Because this is something. If it doesn't work,
He has to. Like.
Oh, the bro.
It's not gonna work though.
Well, that was a little bit fancy, but he just lost the cannon.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. As long as Scarlett maintains your focus well. I mean, there's 4 Zorgans on the way, 3 more drones are being pulled, and the thing is HUK has to make this work because he has no Nexus. He went like a gateway and a Forge opening, which sets him like there's no Psyker, there's no warp gate.
And now he's investing all this.
Yeah.
And he just lost another cannon, and his probe just died.
I mean, so one cannon's gonna get up if he can kill enough drones, but there's all those Zergans there. He's gonna refocus on the Zergans, which is the
another
correct
cannon's
move.
gonna get up here, but
yeah, I'm surprised Scarlett didn't focus this cannon down. She actually stopped attacking it.
Oh, wow.
But I still think Scarlett maybe holds this.
This definitely went a lot better than HUK expected.
Yeah, it went
he
better
literally, he literally lost 2 cannons. Nah, he didn't cancel them.
I was pretty surprised that I think Scarlett made some micro errors there, but either way, I think she's still fine. She's gonna pick up this, pick up this spine core, move it into range, and as long as she sends the queen into some drones, okay, there we go. The queen's coming in.
Lost the queen.
Yeah, she's got us into the drones. I was surprised she waited so long because.
Jeez.
Okay, she's got it. She's got it. It's fine. Actually, she timed that perfectly. I was doubting her, but her timing was spot on with the drone pull.
Impeccable. Did you doubt her yesterday when you played her?
I mean,
yes. Tell your story. I didn't even know who it was.
I did take a map off of her.
There you go.
And I kind of doubted it was her for a second.
So, okay, Nick's not giving it just. So Nick was playing in the Home Story Cup yesterday.
It was in Red Bull, actually.
And Red Bull. And Nick is he just went on record saying doesn't play a lot of StarCraft. And he's up against, in the first round, he's up against a Masters player.
Second round. I won the first round easily.
In the second round, he's up against a Masters player called Avril Lavigne. And he's going into this match, he's like, okay, Avril, I don't know, okay, fine. Some random Zerg, whatever. He plays standard, he loses. How did game 1 go?
Poorly.
Poorly. So he's like, okay, I just got demolished by some random Avril Lavigne, and he's in a situation where it's like, gosh, dang it. This is only round 2. And then game 2 happens, and Nick beats her.
But it was epic. Like, I was getting demolished, and like,
yeah.
It was a 33-minute epic game. And
Nick's like, you know what? I can't lose to some low Masters Avril Lavigne. It just can't happen. Then he wins game 2. And it was an epic game. It was awesome. And then game 3 happens, and Nick lost. He got overwhelmed. But
yeah,
the point
it was brutal.
The point is, you took a game off Scarlett, and then later he finds out, because Avril Lavigne is the name of Scarlett on like a Wikipedia bracket. I think that was for Home Story back on the other tournament.
It was for both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty funny. You got a nice little win there. You didn't end up winning the series, but
so HUK is expanding behind us, but and he's going to 4 gates. You know, the question is, did that Zergling see all the gateways? Because sometimes it's tricky. Okay, it actually saw all 3 gateways being added.
Yep.
So Scarlett knows exactly what's coming at her. She's, of course, taking her 3rd base, and she's going to really focus on denying the pylon. Oh, but there's already a pylon up here, and Zealot's going to be warped in 4 at a time, you know.
3 sentries. Okay.
You know, that cannon rush, while it failed, it actually slowed her down a decent amount.
Yeah.
And the thing is, HUK's on a very low economy. He expanded so late, he's only on 33 drones, but Scarlett's only at 35.
Sentries, be careful.
Oh, but the queens are
there's
pulled.
Mothership Core there. Okay, this Mothership Core is actually pretty important in this situation. Great force fields trapping that queen. That queen's not going anywhere. HUK is trying to make this work. Zealot's going for another time warp, trying to catch that other queen. Another force field going down. Great control here from HUK. A second queen falling, and HUK going to be charging to the natural. No, he's going to be engaging these lings, but that's a lot of slow lings, and these sentries aren't out of force field. He does not want to lose those. Oh, and speed kicks in here for Scarlett. That's what she was waiting for. Sentries are going to die. Zealots are going to get overwhelmed, but HUK making even more Zealots.
You know, I have to say something.
Another queen falls.
I actually love how Scarlett's not getting roaches against us. I think speedings is a more efficient way to stop us.
If you can inject properly.
Yeah, and as long as the Zealots... Actually, the Zealots do have an attack upgrade, never mind. So it's going to be very hard to stop this with speedings. For some reason, I thought they didn't have that attack upgrade, but HUK actually has that done.
It hits so fast. I mean, you got the forge early, so you know, that's one advantage of cannon rushing. You get that forge early, and you get that +1. And that's probably designed. HUK did this on purpose. This is a great push here from HUK. He's still being aggressive in this natural expansion. And Scarlett only has lings to work with. Can't make any roaches. And you know the math behind Zealots and lings.
Yeah, but with the +1 attack upgrade, they actually 2-shot the Zerglings. I was surprised at how quickly the Zealots killed that earlier Zergling wave. And then I realized that they actually had the attack upgrade that I didn't see them getting earlier. He's going for the natural hatchery. Now, of course, in this situation, Scarlett can afford to lose 1 hatchery if she can totally dominate the attack. But the problem is that even the hatchery dies, there's still all these Zealots doing a lot of damage. In fact, there's a couple heading up towards the main. Another queen goes down. Scarlett's going to try to kill this pylon, which I think is the right call. But no, here are more Zealots coming up towards the main base. And she's making roaches. But okay, now she has 4 roaches.
So the roaches are key here. The roaches means she's not going to die. But has enough damage been done? If you look at the supply, it's 74 to 60. Workers' loss is probably pretty crazy. And not to mention all the larvae that Scarlett has spent on making Zerglings, on making units, that she would have much rather been drones. And she's still making roaches here. Zealots chopping away lots of units there at the 3rd base, still alive in the main base as well. And HUK is just continuing to extend his supply advantage. Scarlett running out of options.
She really is. I mean, she may be on the verge of holding this off, but more Stalkers being warped in now. Those can do really well against slow roaches, and Scarlett doesn't have the larva nor the economy to mass speedings, which is what you want against the Stalkers. She's cleaned up all the Zealots in the main. She's cleaned up the Zealots in a natural. Of course, she doesn't even have a natural anymore. But if you look at the economic damage done, 17 drones were killed. That's going to leave her a total of 21 drones to 46 probes. HUK can continually warping units at a rate that I don't think Scarlett can match with only 21 drones.
Yeah, this is a very tough situation here for Scarlett. She needs a miraculous engagement. She needs HUK to do what State did against QXC and completely misclick or something.
Oh, there's no even queen. She can't even. Okay, the queen's halfway done, but when you're at 21 drones, every single drone loss is so huge here, and this Mothership Core is doing damage. Meanwhile, HUK is very intelligently just kind of staying back and continuing warping units as he's transitioning behind into the Robo and the Twilight Council.
Just honestly, creating a threatening presence alone is pretty huge. You're forcing your opponent to kind of not know whether or not they should make drones or units, while teching back home, while making pros back home, just keeping your opponent guessing. And you can do a follow-up push later, and you're looking golden. But here we go. HUK deciding enough is enough, coming forward. The Lings swooping in, trying to do that damage. Force fields nicely placed, and HUK is going to clean it up. There's the GG from Scarlett, and HUK is going to take game number 1 in this winner's bracket final, which means HUK is 1 win away from qualifying. It's best of 5 or best of 3, actually?
I believe it's the best of 3.
Are we sure? This is a winner bracket final, yeah?
Yeah,
so this is a qualifier match, so the winner does advance to Singapore. So we're going to find that out. But HUK playing a great game there in game 1. The cannon rush, we thought, are we bad commentators or something? I mean, I thought it felt like Scarlett, like at the beginning of it, it felt like she knew exactly what she was doing.
She did, but you know, I think she made the same mistake I made in my head, which is where you see, okay, the cannon rush and there's like this weird off-time Zealot attack, and HUK had cut insane economy. Like, if those Zealots didn't kill a hatchery, HUK was dead. And she was like, oh, let's kill with speedings. But I think maybe, you know, it was a combination of that proxy pawn being up so fast, so close to her base that she never stopped.
Sure.
And then, of course, the fact that his Zealot had a +1 attack.
That's true.
And
she didn't have roaches. She only
yeah, she really delayed the Roach Warren, trying to defend with just Zerglings. Which I thought it was the right decision at first because I didn't even realize the Zealots had +1 weapons.
Yep.
And then I don't think she did either. And then all of a sudden all the Zerglings died.
All her Lings died and much too fast than they should have.
Yeah, like literally, like if the Zealots did not have +1 weapons, that initial kind of semi-surround of those speedings right when speed kicked in would have cleaned up everything, and she would have been totally fine. But +1 weapons is big.
So HUK up 1-0. Again, he just qualified for Home Story Cup yesterday. It would be amazing for him to qualify for Singapore the day after, guys. Stay tuned. You're watching HUK versus Scarlett. Winner's bracket final. The winner of this match goes to Singapore. We'll be right back.